Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, the impossible has actually happened. We are finally at the absolute final stage of the FIFA World Cup 2026, and wow, the drama has just been unreal. Today, we're going to break down the dramatic moments, the stunning goals, and those unforgettable performances from the quarterfinals, and then look ahead to some massive semifinal matchups.
Okay, let's dive into this, because to really grasp where we're at right now, you kind of have to think about this number, 96. We have watched 96 thrilling, completely high-stakes matches to get here. The sheer volume of football we've consumed is staggering, right? And every single minute of action has led us right to this exact point.
Now think back to how this whole shebang started. We had a massive 48 starting nations, all showing up with that dream of lifting the absolute biggest prize in football. But man, as this tournament rolled on, that bottleneck got incredibly tight. The grueling schedule, the immense pressure, it basically filtered out the good to leave us with only the absolute best.
Which brings us to the crazy reality we're in now. Just 4. Only 4 teams are left standing in the race. Out of 48, just 4 nations still have a shot at total football immortality. It's literally survival of the fittest out there.
So let's break down exactly how we got here, starting with our first quarterfinal, France versus Morocco, the clinical favorite going toe-to-toe with the inspiring underdog. So France, right? They're the clinical tournament favorites, and they were up against Morocco, who honestly just captivated the whole world again with their incredible run. But in the end, France proved exactly why they are so highly favored. They pulled off a 2-0 victory, completely controlling possession and defending brilliantly against a super motivated Moroccan squad. That perfectly balanced attack and rock-solid defense, yeah, that definitely earned them their spot in the semis.
And this brilliantly illustrates something absolutely crucial. France's defense was a total fortress, getting them another clean sheet. Now, if you're newer to football, a clean sheet simply means a team didn't concede a single goal all game. It's the ultimate defensive flex in a high-stakes knockout tournament, and it shows exactly why they're the team to beat. Meanwhile, Morocco, they definitely leave with their heads held high after another truly historic campaign.
All right, moving on to our second quarterfinal. Spain versus Belgium. Basically a real-life tactical chess match.
Spain came out heavily relying on quick passing and patient possession, while Belgium looked incredibly dangerous on those fast counterattacks. But ultimately, Spain squeezed by with a super tight 1-0 win. Because, in knockout football, there are literally no second chances. Just one goal was enough. Spain proved they are one of the toughest teams to break down in this whole World Cup, using that disciplined defense and technical style to totally dictate the pace.
Then we had the third quarterfinal, England versus Norway. Talk about an extra-time grind.
So England walked in as heavy favorites, but a completely unfazed Norway absolutely refused to back down and dragged them into a brutal extra-time grind. Now, extra time is when you play 2 additional 15-minute periods if a knockout game is tied after 90 minutes. And let me tell you, the physical and tactical toll here was just immense. Heavy legs, cramping muscles, the stakes were absolutely through the roof as they pushed past regulation.
Now what's really interesting here is how, when it mattered most, Jude Bellingham completely stepped up. He delivered an unbelievable performance, scoring twice to essentially save England from a dreaded penalty shootout. They ground out a massive 2-1 victory, and now England is literally just one win away from yet another World Cup final.
Which brings us to our final quarterfinal, Argentina taking on Switzerland. The defending champions getting seriously tested.
Switzerland was so courageous, pushing the defending champions to the absolute limit. It took extra time to finally settle it, but the huge turning point was this controversial red card for Switzerland, which dropped them down to just 10 players. And Argentina, they pounced on that advantage. Julian Alvarez scored this stunning long-range goal, and then Lautaro Martinez tacked on a late strike to seal a really hard-fought 3-1 win. The score might look comfortable on paper, but man, Switzerland made them work for every single minute of it.
Okay, let's move on and see how this builds our final picture. To quickly recap the road so far, France beat Morocco 2-0, Spain edged out Belgium 1-0, and then we had those 2 crazy extra-time thrillers with England beating Norway 2-1 and Argentina taking down Switzerland 3-1. 4 incredible matches that perfectly set the stage for what comes next. And that leaves us with our final 4. France, Spain, England, Argentina. Just look at that lineup. These are 4 of the absolute biggest, most storied football nations on the planet. And what's wild is that every single one of them has a very realistic, completely undeniable shot at lifting that trophy. The pedigree here is simply off the charts.
So semifinal 1 is going down on Tuesday, July 14th, right under the bright lights of Dallas Stadium.
We've got France taking on Spain. This is such a fascinating clash of philosophies. You've got France bringing raw speed, immense power, and this incredibly direct attacking style. And they're going right up against Spain's extreme patience, their total dominance of possession, and those precise passes. It's basically the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object. For sure, one of the most anticipated matchups of the entire tournament.
Then, semifinal 2 is set for Wednesday, July 15th, over at Atlanta Stadium.
This matchup is absolutely packed with history and world-class talent. It's England versus Argentina. The dynamic here is crazy. England is rolling in with this highly confident, super young generation that is absolutely desperate to finally bring football's biggest prize home, after surviving those brutal knockout games. But on the other side, Argentina, the defending champs. They have this unparalleled veteran experience and they know exactly how to handle the most intense pressure. It is youthful momentum versus pure championship pedigree.
So, the crucial point is, who actually has the edge here? France is perfectly balanced. Spain completely controls the game. England is riding a massive wave of confidence, and Argentina has that undeniable championship DNA. The reality? There is no clear favorite. The edge basically doesn't exist. It's anybody's tournament right now, and every single remaining team has a very genuine chance of becoming the world champion.
The absolute biggest matches of the tournament are still ahead of us, and fans everywhere are just waiting on the edge of their seats to see who survives to reach the FIFA World Cup 2026 final. So I'll leave you with this final provocative question. Who do you actually think is going to lift the World Cup trophy? Is it going to be France, Spain, England, or Argentina? Drop your predictions down in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications for more beginner-friendly football updates. Thanks for hanging out with me.